All right, guys, welcome. I am aware I am late, but bear with me. It's because I had to set up, I'm in like a new space. I keep blurring out. So I hope you guys are well. Welcome to it's no long, I'm way behind on all schedules, but we have a really fun live prepared today, you guys. Welcome. I'm Kara Zor-El, the last daughter of Krypton. We're going to talk a little bit about the new trailer of Supergirl, my girl Millie. Also, we're gonna look through my Supergirl folio of all my favorite comic books of Supergirl. I found some Super Friends DVDs from back in the day. So I'm obviously not going to be able to show these right off now, but that'll be something that will be in a later show. So I'm going to get seated. Oh my goodness. How should I do this? Maybe I do one of these things. Whew. Yeah, so I was gonna put my boots on, but I didn't have time. They take a long time to put on. So next time I'll have the boots, I promise. Hello, Mr. Top Ramen, welcome. I'm in like a new location. I tried to set it up as best as I could beforehand, but time has been so crazy for me. And like even when I had the fireside chats, I feel like there's so many things coming through and it's hard for me to be focused these days. So thank you for bearing with me and welcome to the live. So we're going to do a revisit of a read that I did back in the day. But first we're going to go through our folio, right? My folio of these are also the DVDs that I found in my closet somewhere from back in the day. So Super Friends, the first season, I don't know if you guys have watched it, as well as the next Super Friends. Wow, something just glitched out. That's craziness. All right, guys, this is a bit of a test to you. I'm in a house right now, right? So I'm in like what's going to be part of my studio. Oh my gosh, my hair is in my face. This is going to be part of my main studio. So I'm trying to create a recording studio, little gym, all that kind of stuff here in the basement. So like I've been trying to like reorganize myself. And so every time I've like gone through a box, I just get lost in memories. So I'm just like, oh, it's taking me a minute. Or am I being interrogated? This is just my director's chair. I just wanted to have a clean background. If you look around this room, it's a nightmare with boxes. I do have all my stuffies beside me though. You can kind of see them. They're all gonna be here and listen. Wait. Right? My stuffies, but then you have a weird shadow, right? So I had to like kind of reorganize myself so that it was just that. So actually had a fun scene I wanted to do with Supergirl being interrogated actually, but that's not tonight's read. We're gonna go through this folio and then we're gonna do a quick read, a short read tonight, just because I'm extremely late. I just wanted to do this as like an after school kind of special, but you know, time got away from me. It's all good. So this is my little folio of all my Supergirl stuff. I have read you guys Legion of Superheroes before. It actually wasn't as interesting as I thought it would be. The old school stuff with Legion, I think, is a little bit better. And yes, Kara does fall in love with Brainiac 5, right? I have Crypto, Last Dog of Krypton, which has a lot of Kryptonian stuff in it, but we're going to read this one, Self-Defeated, which is the follow-up to Hey Dark Rider, I hope you're well. Welcome. So look at this tattered comic book. You know what, actually? You know what? Part of me wants to read this one, but I don't want to take it out of the case, right? It's like one of the first, it's Adventure Comics with Supergirl on the cover, and it's, I think, one of the first covers that Supergirl has had. I got this at Golden Age Comics in Vancouver. I don't want to open it. I don't know what the 7.5 means. So I'm gonna keep it in here safe for now. I also do have Woman of Tomorrow. This is the story that the new Supergirl movie is based on. So just to give you guys some perspective on it, like I know the trailer dropped. I was kind of sad that she was kind of drunk through the whole thing. I mean, it's funny and stuff, but I don't think you got to get a good sense of Supergirl's character. Supergirl in this comic book, in this story, is not told from her perspective. It's told from the perspective of her friend that she's helping on this cosmic journey to bring justice to, I forget her name, but her father is killed by this pirate, so they're trying to find him in order to bring him to justice. Hi, Awesome Guy D. This is not tonight's read. I have this read on my YouTube channel, Woman of Tomorrow. This is part 3. It kind of ends on a somber note. And I do wonder how they're going to integrate it in the movie. I will go watch the Supergirl movie, of course. There are some things that are not comic book canon, but I'm not one of those people who needs it to be strictly to the book. It's more about just getting the heart of what the story is, right? Oh, Kwan, yeah. And at the end of the day, this story is about Supergirl's coming of age tale. So in the comic book, it's mainly like she's turning 21. You're I'm not a girl, not yet a woman, right? Somewhere in between. She's not 24. She's not, at least, hopefully. Yeah, but you know what? I'm happy that, because it just gives this false sense of her being like, wow, I don't care. But there's more to Kara and like her trying to establish herself as her own hero, even though it's like her younger cousin is Superman, right? And it's funny how Superman is younger than she is, but he's Superman and Supergirl is Supergirl, right? Sam Haven, yes, I am doing great. I think Awesome Guy D, to expand on what I think James Gunn is doing with Supergirl in this, is that she's 23, right? And I remember being 23, because when I was 23, I moved out to Toronto from Winnipeg, and I was probably 24/7 drunk too. I was like medicating with a bunch of things because I was going through intense trauma. And it feels like Supergirl's doing the same thing, right? Think about what it would be like if you literally lost everyone you knew and loved. Like your whole planet is just gone and you have a memory of it. And that's the main difference between Supergirl and Superman, right? Superman was sent off as a child, right? Supergirl was sent as a teenager. So you like think about being 16 and you go to sleep because her parents don't even tell her that what's going on, right? She wouldn't have wanted to leave her friends and family behind, right? But hi, Scott Summers. We're going to be doing a Green Lanterns live. I saw the lantern. There's a lantern drop as well. I think we can do maybe on Thursday some lantern lore stuff. Yeah. So Awesome Guy D, right? So I feel like to medicate with drinking, I mean, haven't we all been there? Like, I don't want to feel this anymore. And I've also noticed, I was telling this to my hubby, like, it's to any of you Pisces people out there, or any of you who have clairvoyant gifts, psychic gifts, any of those kinds of things, I do find we can fall into things like medicating with alcohol and other things to blunt the signals, right? Because it can be intense if you're constantly hearing everyone crying for help, right? And just being like, there's no possible way for me to save everybody, right? And so it can be really like pulling in all directions what you're supposed to do. So I feel like I can empathize with Supergirl being like, okay, I'm gonna go to a bar with a red sun and I'm just gonna waste it, and I'm not gonna think about the fact that everyone I knew and loved is gone. I have read you guys a comic book called New Krypton, where so one of you guys has said that Kara was sent from Argo City. I have alternate origin stories with Kara where she's sent from Kandor, and Kandor is known as the Bottle City that Brainiac shrinks down, right? And then when they shrink, they bring them back. When they bring Kandor back up to full size, it's on Earth. And so every Kryptonian, of course, has all the same superpowers as Superman. And in Kandor are Kara's parents. And so they are like the leaders of New Kandor. And I think Kara Zor-El, which is Supergirl's mother, she becomes very, very, what's the word? Like the Kryptonians, a lot of them look down on human beings, right? Because they don't have powers, but on Krypton, right? It's very like Atlantis. So high tech. They look at hi Gwen Stacy, hey baby, how's it going, girl? Okay, so you arriving has helped me pull my stuff together. Okay, so this comic book, look how tattered it is with how much I've read it. It features a specific type of Supergirl that was basically wiped out when Crisis on Infinite Earths happened, right? And then took the multiple amounts of like backgrounds for Supergirl, like the Supergirl that's from this version, and consolidated into like one origin story. However, in Crisis, of course, as you guys know, Supergirl does die. I don't know actually if there's a storyline where she gets resurrected, but there are, like, because time is not a thing, it's also this matter of, you know, the Legion of Superheroes. The way that it works is that Supergirl from this time, she goes into the 30th century with Saturn Girl and Lightning Lad and oh my goodness, Kenny the Lefty. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. So there's a scene, I've read you guys from Alan Moore, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, where Supergirl's with the Legion and they come and visit Superman. And Superman's all like, what the heck are you doing here? Kara's dead in this timeline. Like, this isn't good. But they basically make up something basically saying that, oh, the reason why you can't meet her is because she's off on a different mission, which is kind of true. So like, what is the future? What is the past? And if you died in the future, but I don't know, it's like this weird thing of like parsing it all out. So that's been kind of interesting. In Legion of Superheroes, Supergirl thinks she's in a dream. She's, because on Krypton, right, no one has powers. So she's like, now I have powers and stuff. This must be some sort of crazy dream. So we will revisit Legion of Superheroes very soon. I am planning on doing a cosplay of Saturn Girl. I really, really love Saturn Girl a lot. She's like a master telepath. She has this like cool outfit too with like the pink. And she reminds me a lot of Jean Grey. So there's some fun stuff with that. But tonight, what are we reading tonight, my friends? We are going to be reading this, Supergirl, Self-Defeated. So as I said, this, just making sure I'm not, okay, wonderful. I'm just making sure that I'm not missing anybody. All right, guys, welcome to the live read. I'm Supergirl. I'm going to sit, well, actually, no, I'm gonna keep standing with you guys. I was gonna sit in my little director's chair, but this way I'm a little closer to you guys, and I'm not gonna be super, super late tonight, you guys, because I have to be up for my granny's actual 100th birthday tomorrow, because we did celebrations on Saturday, but that's because my cousins and certain people were in town, but this one's just for the family, more intimate. So, welcome, guys. We're doing a reread of Self-Defeated. Now, in this, we have Mary Marvel, and I've been working on a cosplay, which I will be unveiling in the new year, of this particular Supergirl and Mary Marvel. So, Kenny the Lefty, you are very sweet. Thank you so much for that. I don't have my mic with me right now. This was kind of impromptu. I wasn't even sure if I was going to actually go live tonight because I was so behind, but I was like, you know what? Better late than never, right? NPC Static Shot. Hey, yes, I am a version of Supergirl. There's many of us around though, right? I think that's the beauty of what comic books teach you, that you can have the multiple versions and you can have your favorite, and your favorite version of that hero does not negate anyone else's, right? It all makes it stronger, I think. That's my opinion. I used to be very possessive about the way I loved characters and how, like, that's not canon, that's not right, but if it's right to you and your own personal mythos, that's none of my business. So I hope you guys take something away from this read tonight. Supergirl self-defeated. I'm just going to jump into it like it's a dream, but I'll give you some context because there's some sacred geometry and some interesting stuff encoded in this regarding Metatron and Enoch and that kind of stuff. So I welcome you guys to take from this what your subconscious wants to take from it. Let's put it that way. Oh, hello, John McNary. Yay, I'm late. I was supposed to be on last night, I told you, and then look, time got away from you, but I made it. So thank you for joining. Okay. Also, I'd love to, where did I put it? Oh, you guys, come on, we're gonna do a watch party of this. I'm gonna do it on Discord, a watch party of Super Friends. I have the DVD, and then the copyright can't get mad at me. Really funny story though, you guys, before I begin. I'm part of the Discord channel for DC, like their DC wiki and stuff, because I'm that much of a nerd. And did you know they have like a whole calendar with everybody's birthdays and everything like that? It's kind of crazy. And you know what? I guessed Jessica Cruz's birthday right, and I guessed who else's, because Jessica Cruz is a Pisces. Kind of doesn't surprise me, but she's on the cusp. Wait, no, sorry, she's February. I believe she's an Aquarius. I have to go back but there's a whole calendar with all the birthdays, and I was looking them all up because I'm doing a cosplay calendar that I'm putting together for 2026. I'm delayed on it, obviously, but I'm trying to line it up so each of my cosplay characters are, like, their month is their birth month, because every character has when they first appeared in comics, but also their creators typically give them a birthday. For example, Superman's birthday is Leap Day, so it's February 29th. Who's a Gemini? I have to go back. A lot of the magic people are Gemini. So I believe Zatanna is a Gemini. I have to double check. But there's no Marvel. Are you sure, Gwen Stacy? I'm sure you have people around you, though. I have to, like, each month, there's a lot of things that happen. And maybe it's not a birthday, but events happen. Like, DC's intense with that stuff, with the lore. So, anyways, going back to my story, what was I doing? Oh, yeah. The Discord channel for DC released this statement basically saying, like, to be aware of, like, misinformation that you're sharing when it comes to the new Supergirl movie and the new Lanterns show. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? I don't get it. What misinformation if the shows are just coming out or the movie's coming out? So I have to reread what the notice was, but I don't know who they were even talking to either, because I'm not like an official DC like influencer or anything like that, but anyways, I'll go back to it later. They are going to be good, I think. So. I think you have people who really care about these characters, right? And that's, at the end of the day, that's all I really care about. That you just do the characters justice and you bring them to life so they can inspire people in the way that they've inspired me. And not everyone's going to read comic books. I realize that, right? It's not everyone's meat. Like, my husband could care less. I read him like, just like I read you guys the stories. Like, I'll read like out loud to him. He likes audiobooks, but would never, it's not his thing. He prefers movies, and that's cool. That's fine. And you have to just realize, like, some stories are locked into certain mediums, right? So, but there's still truth in there that perhaps your DNA codes need. And so there's a way of, like, I've realized from the universe, like, only you are going to do what you need to do. Like, Spider-Man said this in one of his comics when he was like he was doing like inner monologue and being like, am I just crazy? Is there anyone out there? But it's just, if no one, only you are going to do what you are going to do, right? No one loves the same flavor of ice cream or the same characters as you, or like all the same song, or like the way your heart beats when you just see a certain person. It's all so specific to you. So when you think about these bigger goals, these bigger missions, if you feel like you're called to walk a certain path and it seems so like huge, right? It probably means you're supposed to do it. Anything worth doing has always been, I think, a little bit scary, right? Kara, where is Abdiat? Well, I'm in a new location, so I'm like in a I'm in a nexus point between worlds right now. Trying to find my way back. Oh, John McNair, you are also awesome. Thank you for that. Okay, so let's go. This is Bizarro Supergirl, just in case you guys are not familiar. I don't know. I'm kind of sad that, oh, whoa, it's like it glitched for a second. I'm kind of sad that the James Gunn movie of Superman with Ultraman, they didn't do Bizarro, because typically the rule is that Kryptonians, if you clone them over time, they just become Bizarro. But that's just one rationale. The other rationale is, which I've read in classic comic books, is that there's like a planet, a Bizarro planet with just the Bizarro versions of these characters, which I'm like, how does that make sense? Did someone make a Bizarro planet? And the way that Bizarro Supergirl talks is, you'll see, it's very difficult, but I think I'm used to it. Let's see. What's your problem, Bizarro Supergirl? You look depressed. Meaning, oh wait, so, and then she's sad here, right? She's like, oh no, me, I am very happy. Remember, Bizarro talks in like reverse, not like Zatanna backwards, but like literally like meaning wise. In the James Gunn Bizarro was Black Noir. Yeah, yeah, more of that, more of that. Which Ultraman does exist in Multiversity, but he's not Superman. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I'll talk about that later. Okay, so yes, I'm very, very happy, says Bizarro. And then Lilith. So the main bad guy in this storyline is Lilith. She's like a demoness, right? In astrology, Black Moon Lilith is like the shadow side, the dark feminine. And in this case, she's basically a demon mother. She's a mother of demons. And what she has done is split Supergirl in half. And so her Earth Angel self, like this version of her, is like in this like cage. And the other version of her, Linda Lee, in the white t-shirt, she's trying to find her cosmic self so that she can be unified. There's another storyline where Supergirl split into good and evil, and then Wonder Woman has to use her lasso of truth, and she takes evil and good Supergirl and puts the lasso around both of them and asks, who is the real Supergirl? And it becomes one. Yeah. Do you visit? Yeah, Zatanna's my girl, man. I am vulnerable to magic, so I need her whenever I have to go up up against any magic people. I need Zatanna's backup on that. Okay, here we go. Meaning you're miserable. It's hard to tell with you since you don't always talk in opposites. Got it. So, oh, sorry, she doesn't talk in reverse. Bizarro Supergirl talks in opposites. Gotcha. Okay. This isn't, I forget what this girl's name is. Her sister has been captured by people call her Black Moon Lilith, but the demon mother Lilith. And so she's been basically controlled to do bad stuff, but she's not really a bad character. It's one of those situations where, like in Dune, where like the doctor guy does that poison, but it's because like the Harkonnens have his wife. But the Harkonnens were never going to release your wife, buddy. Like, that's the thing. You can't make deals with these guys. They're usually not going to pull up their side of the bargain. So she says, even for a warped duplicate of Supergirl, you're still pretty strange. You're welcome. So why are you so happy? Why are you so happy? Demon Mother is angry with me because I touched the pretty, shiny, captured girl. Hi, Samurai Ninja. Thank you for that. I am ready. Appreciate it. We're going back to an old read of Supergirl. This is like from the 90s. It's a 90s comic book, so white t-shirt Supergirl, pretty awesome. I am also working on a cosplay of Power Girl. There's a fun scene, I don't know if you guys have seen it in the animated version, where Power Girl's from Earth too, right? And she's like Supergirl, but a lot more like bombastic. And so there's a portal that opens and Power Girl comes through, and Green Arrow is like, and Supergirl are looking at Power Girl like, oh, I think Supergirl goes like, oh my gosh, she's me. And Green Arrow's like, well, yeah, she's you, but she's a little bit more. And he like looks at her boobs, like well endowed, right? She's older than you, Supergirl. Yeah, my favorites from the 90s too. Also, the ads in there are such a nostalgia hit back. You just throw back to like simpler times, I feel like. Um, Lilith is a demon mother, Gwen Stacy, so who knows the motivations of evil? To be more evil, to be greedy, that kind of stuff, envy, it's usually low vibration stuff. This I try not to spend too much time understanding it. Except if there's like possibilities for redemption, because that's where you can kind of understand where certain people are coming from when they're doing things. Okay, so the demon mother is mad at Bizarro Supergirl because she touched me, touched the pretty, glittery, captured Supergirl. And then she's like, what do you mean? She's like, pretty. Ah, you touched the Earth Angel, the fallen, the fallen Supergirl, imprisoned in her own holy avatar of fiery strength. Yes, you shouldn't have done that, especially since her other half, Linda Danvers. Oh, okay, so her name's Linda Danvers in that. So I have multiple aliases, right? Kara Danvers, Linda Lee, Linda Danvers, Kara Zor-El, but they're all Supergirl, right? Kind of funny. And there's a fun scene in where is it? Oh, too many Supergirl comics. Where'd you go? Where's my Woman of Tomorrow? I just had it. Oh my gosh. All right, I'll come back to it. But there's a scene in there where she's going up against this alien guy who's not giving her the runaround. He's like, what's your real alias? I've been told it's not Supergirl at all. And she like basically knocks over the table and everything and goes like, no, my name is Supergirl. So that kind of added like that gravitas. I think that's going to come through in Millie Alcock's version of Supergirl. So I was okay with the trailer. I like Millie Alcock. I've loved her since House of Dragon. I think she will give off that right energy of Supergirl that is both vulnerable but also tough, and that journey of discovering yourself and becoming a hero, right? So I liked it. I'm gonna reserve judgment till I see the movie, and I hope that it does Supergirl justice. That's all I want. That really. Also, I do appreciate Kara being in it. Sorry, Crypto. Did you know that my Wolfie has the same bent ear as Crypto, same side? He did that himself. So kind of funny. Anyways, all right. So yeah, Lilith, let go of Kara. So don't worry. So it's like Supergirl's been split in half, right? And so she's trying to unify herself. The Earth Angel part of her, the more cosmic essence of her, right, is trapped with the demon mother. And Kara is trying to find it. And she's working with Mary Marvel to do this. Huh? Give me that movie. All right, don't worry. The demon mother's gotten angry with me too from time to time. When she got mad, then what? She took my sister hostage and threatened to kill her. She still does. Oh, and I still will, says the demon mother from off the panel, showing up. Poor Twilight. So this girl's name's Twilight. Not quite familiar with her, generally speaking, but she seems like a cool hero. She seems like a magic user in the DC world. I have to do some research on her later. And still will. Poor Twilight. How little you understand. Bizarro, my child, come, walk with me. My dear girl, or rather, whatever the hell it is you are, did it occur to you why I so forcefully told you not to touch the imprisoned Earth Angel? Because I knew your fundamentally oh my gosh, because I knew your fundamentally perverse nature would compel you to. Oh, she knew she would. She kind of like tricked her into doing it. Just as if I'd urged you to. So, so she knows how to work with Bizarro. She knows how to, like, you know how if you know someone's always going to do the opposite of what you say, you're going to tell them, right? So she's like, I knew that you would do it. So that's why I told you to do the opposite of it. Sorry, I guess she knows how to work with it. Just as if I'd urged you to do so, you would have refrained. So you can see up here the Earth Angel Supergirl imprisoned by her own cosmic glory. Look how cool she looks. Charmingly, that contrary streak goes back to the beginnings of mankind. No wonder humans are repulsed by you. You are simply they, without the trappings, lies, and diversions. Do you understand what I'm saying to you right now? And Bizarro's like, oh yeah, yes, I understand. Okay, that means no. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, my dear. My son, the carnivore, remember she's a demon mother, right? So she like spawns a bunch of demons. You know who would be helpful in this scenario is Zatanna, actually. They're working with a different demon guy. You'll see. Buzz. Okay. My son, the carnivore, was the first vampire. Yet it was an inherited trait from me. Oh, you ran out of chicken flavored noodles. Oh, me too. I gotta pick up some new noodles. I had only like, what I call it, like Western spicy noodles. Like I love bulldog noodles. I like the like burn your mouth off spicy noodles. So, is John available or is he disposed already? Let's see. Hey, Master Seth. Oh, thank you. Mazirna Makina. How come Batman only punches homeless people? He never once punches a homeowner. I can't tell if you're trying to tell a joke or not. Oh, Master Sith, thank you. Let's see, our spicy noodles. Yeah, love it. Constantine definitely would be very useful in this situation, I think. But I think this is prior to, remember, this is like a 90s comic book. To double check the date on it. But you can tell from the ads, like Tang, like I miss when ads used to look like that. And also the paper, if I can show you guys like up close, it's not as like shiny as a lot of the newer comics. It's much more of like newspaper kind of quality. So I have seen the new trailer. Yes, I was telling everyone earlier that I wish she wasn't drunk for most of it. I get why. I totally get it. But I hope that there's more nuance to her character. The trailer felt very James Gunn, so right, the music choice, all that kind of stuff felt. I could feel the vibe of it. I thought it was okay. I'm reserving judgment for me actually seeing the movie, which I will go see because I do love Millie, and I have read Woman of Tomorrow. I don't know where I put it. I have it here somewhere, amongst all of my different comic books. Oh, here it is. So in this, if you see the way, like actually, let's do a fun compare and contrast. Look at the art in this one, right? This is the Woman of Tomorrow comic book. This is what the movie is based on, this series. And I picked up this comic book strictly on the variant cover. I had no idea that it was going to be the series that they were going to work with. Now, in this, Supergirl does not go on a journey with Crypto. I have read you guys that story because Kara finds out that that the killing of Krypton was like an inside job, and she suspects that one of the Green Lantern's bosses, one of the Guardians, is corrupt and has been behind, basically killing off Krypton. So she works with Hal and goes to Mogo to try to find certain files that have been redacted. That's a different storyline than this, in that Cal doesn't want to be like the too overprotective, because like if you've watched any of the animated stuff, Superman's super overprotective of Supergirl, right? She's his only family. I understand why, but he's like, oh, I don't want to be too overbearing, so I'll send Crypto with you to keep you safe. So that's the way that journey works. In the movie, I do believe that they make Crypto Supergirls. I'm okay with that, but that's not comic book canon. Crypto, the last dog of Krypton, he's actually a dog picked up by Jor-El when like in because on Krypton it's kind of like just like, they're normal people. They're not flying around and stuff. They don't have powers, and so I guess it's very humanoid too. And I think in some lore, there is this idea that in our really galactic past, it's human beings who created Krypton. So I miss Brother Wolfie. I know I miss Brother Wolfie too. I had a nice long video chat because my hubby and my Wolfie are not with me in Winnipeg right now. I'm live in Winnipeg. So I did Supergirl just because, and this story as well, because it's like this idea of coming back to yourself, trying to find yourself. I guess maybe not all of us have had our other selves trapped by some demon mother, but some of you might have, And so this idea of like going out seeking all the different fragments of yourself to put yourself together again, to be whole and be, it's something I think that resonates with a lot of us. And I personally resonate with it because it's this idea too of Supergirl constantly struggles. Well, actually, Supergirl and Batgirl have these conversations of like, am I worthy to be even doing this? Am I worthy to be considered a hero? Like, who am I to be? Do I have like the audacity to do this? But oh, Gwen Stacy, the reason why I didn't bring Wolfie with me was because Wolfie is 26 pounds. He's the biggest pomchi in the freaking world, and he wouldn't be able to fly in cabin with me. When he was younger, he was able to you put him in the crate and you bring him along with you, but he's too big for that now. And so for me to bring him from Toronto to Winnipeg, we'll have to drive, but it's winter time, right? So I'm not going to drive. Me and my sister have done that in the past, but I'm not going to do that with Wolfie. So he's at home, and I don't want to fly and put my dog in cargo. I don't trust it at all. I need to have him with me. And he's so funny. Like he'll just in his little crate when we fly, like his dogs are really sensitive to the air pressure changes. Like just I don't want it. So yeah, I tried not to fly with him. Okay. Where were we? Oh yes. So Twilight is talking to Bizarro, basically confiding in her, telling her that, well, the demon mother has my sister and is threatening to kill her unless I do everything she says. And Lilith's like, yeah, I'm still gonna do that if you don't do what I say. So she's telling Bizarro that she told her not to touch the pretty cosmic Supergirl because she knew that if she told her not to, she would. Just like if she said, touch her, that she wouldn't, right? She'll always, so Bizarro is always gonna do the opposite of what you say. So Lilith knows that. So charmingly, that contrary streak goes back to the beginnings of mankind. So no wonder humans are so repelled by you, Bizarro. You are simply they, without the trappings, lies, and diversions. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, says Bizarro. Okay, that means no. Not at all, says Bizarro. It doesn't matter, my dear. My son, the carnivore, was the first vampire, yet it was a trait he inherited from me. For I was the first succubus. So if you don't know what a succubus is, it's like a demon, soul eater, vampire chick. I have to look specifics. There's nuances between these types of things, but she's the first succubus. And Bizarro says, you sucked a bus? And Lilith is like, oh my God, no, darling. I sucked souls. I sucked strength. I sucked willpower. Ugh, there's her true form. And I have seen this in people. And she shows her, she's like this. And Bizarro's like, oh my gosh, what the heck? She screams. And Twilight's over here next to a tree praying to herself, being like, dear God, you haven't, oh, she's actually praying to God right now. She's like, dear God, you haven't listened to me in years, but please, I am begging you, please make this be over. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Look at this. Like, it's like my stereo that I was showing you guys earlier today. Funny. Remember the Got Milk? Look at these. Remember these? These little ads, the Got Milk stuff. I had a whole wall once with all the little Got Milk ones for some reason. All right, so now we're actually going to begin. Chaos reigns. My God, it's almost over. Months ago, the Earth Angel called Supergirl squared off against a demon angel called Carnivan. She defeated him, but was literally torn apart as a result. Her human self, me, Linda Danvers, was left with super strength, invulnerability, limited flight, and the rest of her, I guess the rest of us, was pulled away and disappeared. I've been searching for her ever since. Following the path of an underground supernatural river called the Chaos Stream, it would have led us here to the Amazon rainforest eventually. But not long ago, I had a flash of insight. I just suddenly knew where the Earth Angel was. I knew that she was here. It's just like how you like your senses. Remember I was telling you guys about your intuition. Like now all of a sudden they were following the chaos stream, but now I have a feeling. I know exactly where the lost part of myself is, right? I am coming for you. Was it? I'm coming for you, me? May? Why is she saying May? Okay, anyways. I'm coming for you, May. Me, Mary Marvel, and my demon guide, Buzz. We are all coming for you. And God help anyone, even the demon mother, who thinks they are going to stop us. And so this is Chaos Reigns, written by Peter David. Leonard Kirk is the penciler. Robin Riggs is the inker. Bill Oakley is the letters. Gene D'Angelo the colors. Digital Chameleon the seps. And Mike McAvaney is the editor. I love the team of people that come together in order to create a comic book. I love it. It's just like a superhero team. So now we see Linda Danvers, Supergirl, right? My white t-shirt girl, right? So she doesn't have all of her power. She's not full strength. She doesn't have laser vision. Her limited flight, I don't know if she can like just jump really far, but she can't just like fly, let alone go up into space. Okay. You're telling me that this is where the original Garden of Eden was? Yep. No wonder you lot want to level it all. So they're basically saying the Garden of Eden is in the Amazon rainforest. Interesting. Yup, no wonder you lot want to level it all, says Buzz, their demon guide. It instinctively reminds you of everything you've left behind. And the Earth Angel, is she down there somewhere? In the garden, apparently, so let's get walking. Are you kidding? Says Supergirl. Let's just fly there. And then Buzz looks back at them, saying, back in the day, love. Buzz reminds me of Constantine, actually, now that I think about it. He's like calling them love and just, you'll see. Back in the day, love, flight was the sole provenance of the big boys, so the gods. You can't enter paradise while imitating them. It's not humble enough. On foot or not at all. Well, says Mary Marvel, I guess we have to trust him. There's a cheery thought. There's a cheery thought, says Supergirl. And so you can, I love this little team up, right? Of Ms. Marvel and Supergirl, right? Supergirl says, last chance to back out, Mary. It's not your fight. And Mary looks back at her and says, I wouldn't miss it for the world. It doesn't get any better than this. And so it's interesting, right? Because Mary's almost like, remember too, Mary is Mary Batson, Billy Batson's adoptive sister. So she's actually like a little girl underneath too. And it's funny how Supergirl's so, I don't know, like she's a little bit resentful of Mary Marvel because she's not at full power. So she feels a little insecure. And so she kind of projects that insecurity on Mary, I think. Buddy Love, thank you for the gift. Appreciate it. Ah, lots of love. Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, yo, she'll be okay. Don't worry. Remember, there's multiple timelines, right? Just like Rachel Summers and Jean Grey. Like along the way, it all shakes out. The good guys always win. It's just the way it goes, right? Just sometimes takes a little bit longer because we like a good story, right? So Mary's trying to be supportive, but in her trying to be supportive, Supergirl almost resents it. You know, like those people in class who are just almost like too good at everything. And you're like, oh my gosh, like, why are you so... I used to be like that with girls in dance, right? Where like, I would just be almost like so resentful at the fact that I couldn't do what they were doing instead of being like, oh, I should take that as an inspiration for myself, right? But I've since grown up a little bit, and Supergirl does need to learn that lesson in this case. So Supergirl says after Mary, if in internal monologue here, if she gets any perkier, I'm gonna cave her face in. It's like teenage Kara. Like, but you know what? Think about it. Supergirl. Oh, Buddy Love, thanks again for the roses. Lots of love. In most of Supergirl's origin stories, Supergirl gets put into a little pod and sent to Earth, right? But she's 16 when this happens, or so. And instead of her coming directly to Earth, she actually goes into stasis and is like in a dreamlike state as she orbits the Earth for 30 years. So she only actually, there's like this gap of time, right? So it's this weird thing when she finally, wakes up and arrives on Earth, her little cousin is now grown up and is now older than she is, right? And is like the superhero. And so she's like, what the heck is this place? So it's one of those things, like regardless of anything, her character has to do a lot of acclimating to a strange place whilst also grieving a whole entire planet of your friends and family. So it's a quite the burden to deal with, right? And Buddy Love, thank you. Okay, so they're going into the Garden of Eden where the Earth Angel Supergirl is so that this version of Kara Danvers can reconnect with her. The Garden of Eden is in the Amazon rainforest. Buzz, not Buzz Lightyear, Buzz the demon, has told them that because back in the day when gods walked the earth, it's just about showing humbleness and respect, not to fly in, right? Come in on foot with some humbleness. Okay, and so more internal monologue from Supergirl. I know I shouldn't feel that way, but she's just so damn nice. It's like I have to work my butt off trying to live up to the superhero gig, and she just makes it look so easy. So they explain this version of Supergirl's origin stories where she's like dying of cancer, I think, and then the Earth Angel. I guess this is how they deal with the fact that Supergirl is technically dead, right? After Crisis. So her essence basically embodies another being in a way. Okay. She makes it look so damned easy. Like back in Mexico, which I've read that comic book, she she had the power to spare in fighting that Aztec god. They were fighting Quetzalcoatl back there. She's got her act totally together. So she's only resentful to Mary Marvel because she doesn't feel adequate as a superhero. Me, I suddenly had my flame wings and flame vision back for like a few seconds, and then they were gone, and the wings hurt. What's up with that? So she's thinking about that. So in the last fight when they were fighting Quetzalcoatl, which is like it's a Mayan god, not an Aztec god. But anyways, if you go to Chichen Itza, Venus is very much associated with Kukulkan, Quetzalcoatl, the idea of like the feathered serpent. They fought this entity, and I think at that time, for a little while, she got to hold the earth angel energy, and she was saying how much it hurt. And she's like, "What's up with that?" Um, and all other kinds of weird things are happening around us. But Mary, geez, nothing throws her. She's smart, she's efficient, she feels compassion for all things. I do love Mary Marvel, which is why I'm working on a cosplay of both these ladies, because it's going to be a way of me resolving certain things with like, aspects of self, right? Hey HJ. Buddy love, thanks again for the roses. You're very sweet. Much love to you, buddy love. Okay. Hell, if I told her how angry she's making me just by being herself, she'd probably tell me she understands completely and then bake me some muffins. It's not fair. It's not fair that my life should be such a mess. And she's so damned perfect. So she's griping about the fact that Mary Marvel is like the perfect superhero, and she's just like, ugh, I feel not. And I'm sure all of us have felt that way, right? We're so busy comparing ourselves without realizing that Mary Marvel loves her. Like she considers her like a good friend. And that's why she's going on this mission with her for no other reason. And it's like Supergirl is not at that point where she can act in that same way. So she's like resentful of others who are able to. So I think that's like a lesson for all of us when it comes to other people expressing certain gifts that we wish we could do ourselves. And there's really nothing else holding us back from doing that. We tend to get in our own way, create these scenarios like she's being all resentful to Mary when really like Mary just wants to help. So it's just, yeah. So she's like, even if I told her that I would be resentful, she'd probably bake me muffins. And she's like mad at that, right? So I used to be kind of like that, right? But you get older, you get more mature, and you also learn to love yourself a little bit more. And then when you love yourself more, you're not so intimidated and like comparing yourself, because everyone has their own shine, their own light, right? And it's unique and it's yours. You're not supposed to be shining like anyone else but you, right? Everyone else is taken and only you can do you, right? So crazy talk. Thank you for the roses. All right, continuing onward, we're gonna do, she's actually gonna talk about how she ended up being Supergirl, at least this version of Linda Danvers. God, things used to be so simple. I was Linda Danvers. I wasn't perfect, Lord knows, but at least I was normal. And then I was dying. And it's not like I wanted to croak or anything, but at least it would have been a normal death. But Supergirl, she calls it the Supergirl Matrix. But Supergirl Matrix merged her form with mine. She sacrificed herself to save me. We became the Earth Angel of Fire. Ta-da! And all the time we were together, I always wondered deep down if I was even worthy of that. For the longest time, I kidded myself that I was. But now, every time I look at Mary, I see what truly worthy is. So whether she's human or a superhuman, she's just so gripes. It's like she's from another planet. Kind of funny because it's Supergirl who's from another planet, not Mary Marvel. But yeah, this idea of feeling alienated, very much a theme when it comes to superhero stuff. Well, asks Supergirl once we come out of the reverie of the internal monologue from her. Buzz says, it should be around here, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, okay, well that's just perfect. I'm having a hard enough time dealing with the idea that the garden really exists, and now you're saying that Linda, don't interrupt. I'm talking. No, you were ranting. And it's right there. Where? Squinting. Like, I can't see either, so I kind of feel like, where? What do you mean? I can't see it. Right there. How can you not see it? Says Mary. How can you? Look, kid, I know you want to help, but Buzz and I have been doing the whole heaven and hell thing a lot longer than you, so maybe you should. So Mary starts walking towards said garden, and then she just blips right here, this way. She just blips out of existence as she walks. So she's like, so maybe you should, huh? And then Buzz is like, I'll say that she found it. Well, I mean, it's not gonna be so easy, right? And they just follow. So there's like a little portal, right? It's not gonna be just right in front of you. Like if you're just walking around the Amazon, can you imagine like, oh, now I'm in the Garden of Eden. Trojoy, yeah, I'm excited for the movie. I'm excited. Only dabs. And then so Mary looks up and is like, incredible. Hey, Mary Sunshine, are you okay? Doesn't she look okay? Sheesh. My God, the air. It smells like ripened fruit. I thought it smelled like freshly baked bread. It could smell like bloody teen spirit for all I care. Could we get this over with already? Wait, I had that dream, remember? Says Supergirl. The dream of that angel. The Metatron. The guardian at the entrance to the Garden of Eden. So it's basically in this story they have Metatron as an angel who's guarding the entrance to the Garden of Eden. Big bloke with an even bigger sword. Right, except he's not here. There's just some stone pillars. Maybe he's hiding behind them to ambush us. Well, if he shows his face, I'll ram that sword of his. And it may not be that easy, Linda, says Mary Marvel. And Supergirl says that. You keep calling me Linda. What? You figure I'm not worthy to be called Supergirl? What? And Mary's just like, I thought we were friends. I didn't think it was necessary for me to call you by your work name since we were like cool like that. So she's like, okay, sorry. Love you too, Gwen Stacy. What? No, it's just us here. So I just figured, well, you figured wrong. And I'll handle this Metatron guy. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And then Buzz points up, looking up. Well, then he should make a pretty brilliant thud. Look. So they look up and you finally see the stone version of Metatron. So the stone pillars are really his legs. And they say, I'm all for David and Goliath scenarios, but I think you're going to have to throw your stone with a rocket launcher instead of a sling. Oh, what is it? Oh, like Tom and Jerry, the old school ads. Fun. And so they're looking up now at the Metatron, now statue, used to be an angel. And Supergirl's like, holy. And Buzz follows that with, well, they don't get any holier than that. He's not moving. He's been turned into stone, says Mary. You're not surprised, are you? Are you saying that Lilith did this? Hold on, I need to verify that I'm a human being, not AI. Okay. So Metatron, the guardian to the Garden of Eden, has been turned into stone by Lilith, the evil demon mother, it seems. Are you saying Lilith did this? We're going up against something that could turn a being like that into solid rock. And Buzz just like smokes. He reminds me so much of Constantine in this situation. Just like, yeah, lighting up a smoke in the Garden of Eden, no worries. Well, I suspect that she had help. Basilbub, whatever that demon. I'm not too concerned about getting demon names right. Most likely, the Fly Lord and Lilith's lover. Ooh. Whenever I think of Fly, I just think of Cronenberg's The Fly, and I'm just, that'd be gross. The Fly Lord and Lilith's lover. He'd be throwing his resources behind her to help her succeed. Right? Lots of fallen angel in this story, right? So remember I told you guys, Zoto, multiple versions of Supergirl exist and they can all be true, right? The symbolism here of like the Metatron, the angel, the Earth angel, even when I read you guys Earth 2, right? The way they did that Green Lantern ring was that the ring was actually representative of the green, right? Like Swamp Thing, right? This concept of Earth's energy, the Earth Mother, and having champions or a conduit for that energy. So I love all those different ways because like all of that stuff, like we can't talk about that in 3D space, right? So how do we talk about it? Comic books, right? Thanks to IGBT. Okay, so Basilbub, whatever, he is Lilith, the demon mother's lover. So he, I guess, has powers to turn them into stone, that kind of thing. So looking up, Supergirl's like, oh shit, I didn't realize you're going to be so humongous. Thanks for the warning. And then you can see Mary Marvel down here calling up to the Metatron statue. So maybe you can hear her. Who knows? And she's yelling, don't worry, sir. We'll help restore you to normal. And then Supergirl's like, his ears are like 3 miles up, Mary. He's not going to hear you. Hey, he might. We have to have some hope, Supergirl. If we go into this fight without hope, we're dead. She's right. And Supergirl's like, oh, I'm like mad that you're right about that. We get through this. I'm going to kill her myself. Shouldn't have said that. See? I told you. The portion of the chaos stream leading to the garden is definitely having some sort of reaction to something. It's responding to Supergirl's presence, says Twilight. The more mortal Linda Danvers' Supergirl, I think it senses a kindred spirit in her. Herzama, what's happening? How would I know? I'm a Hell Lord. I'm not an oceanographer. And the chaos stream runs off the river Styx, which should put it right in your field of expertise. Hermiza, Twilight, return to the surface. Matters are coming to a head, says Lilith. But the chaos stream, Demon Mother, it's, I know, and it's going to do far more than that before I'm through with any luck. So she's using the chaos stream to her own advantage, Lilith. Like you can see Herzima here too. So he's supposed to be a Hell Lord. He deals with like the river Styx, and so the chaos stream I think flows from it. And Twilight's trying to get some sense as to what's going on. But Lilith is like, it's like, this is all under my design, right? We're going to see enough chaotic energy unleashed to crack open the barrier to perdition and free my son. She is still a mother, right? Mother of demons, so she wants to free her demon son. And then Herzema says, demon mother, with all due respect, it's not possible. Isn't perdition just another term for hell, says Twilight. No, Herzema says, as a correction. It is the realm where even hell lords cannot go. Well, I guess he's a hell lord. He would know if it's just a hell, right? Unless they have gone there to die, there is no return from perdition. The presence has set it apart for the worst of the worst. Oh. And then Demon Mother gets really, really offended by this, right? So she's like, listen, my son is not the worst. Well, I mean, a lot of moms don't realize that if you have like a nightmare son. Hi, Pokey, welcome. I'm reading old school Supergirl comic from the 90s. It's got a lot of Earth Angel symbology, Metatron stuff, like sacred geometry. I feel like a lot of stuff is encoded in this comic book that is like underneath the surface. Speaking of chaos streams and all that stuff. So let's continue onward. I need to find the follow-up to this comic though, because it ends on a note. You'll see. Okay. Oh, I didn't see the gym equipment just yet, but I will look at it because I do need to, I'm going to be making a gym down here. So I'm all for it. There are certain things I know I need to have, like good lat pull down, squat rack, right? Proper squat rack cage, that kind of thing. And it'll be in a basement, so it'll be good to have like the floor be proper. Adobo kebab. I remember the Sonic comics too. Yeah, you guys, right? This is like old school 90s stuff. But you know what? It's crazy how like even like the vocabulary in some of these, like wow, perdition. I didn't even know about perdition, right? Okay. My son is not the worst, says the demon mother. I'm like, I don't know. You're not the best person to ask about that kind of stuff. He has been unfairly and unjustly punished by the capricious one who sits above all in judgment. Are you talking about Creator, God? Like she's saying that her demon son has been judged, but really Earth Angel was kind of like the hand of that judgment, and in sending her son to perdition has caused Earth Angel Supergirl to split, and that's why she's trying to find herself. But what Lilith is trying to do, she's trying to circumvent using Supergirl's power to basically, like, I think open a portal and get to perdition to get her son. That's what I think is going on here. You understand, do you not, Twilight, says Lilith. Centuries ago, you discovered your miraculous healing power, which failed you when your own sister fell ill and died. You understand that his incessant giving and taking away is the fickleness of a disordered mind. So, you've got no love lost for him, correct? Demon Mother, says Twilight, you hold hostage the reincarnated form of my sister. I dare not lose her again. I will make whatever reply you wish me to make if it will keep my sister safe. I would do the same. I don't know if I'd make a deal with Lilith, though. I'd try to figure out a way to like get out of it. Also, how does she know that this being is actually her reincarnated sister? You know, demons lie and stuff. You could just say that, right? I want to spend time with my girlfriend during Christmas. Aww. Oh, yes, I do know, Pokey. Well, we can maybe... 2026 is supposed to be very gratuitous. So I feel like we can make a lot of dreams come true. So I am always the biggest fan of love. And so I hope you're able to, by some miracle, maybe sooner rather than later, be with your girlfriend. I miss my hubby right now too. Like it's been tough, like sleeping by myself. I have all my stuffies around me, like, so I can feel like there's a body beside me. Okay. So Lilith says to Twilight after she bows and is like, I will do whatever I have to in order to keep my sister safe. And she says, very wise. Learn from her example, her Hermiza. I keep on saying his name. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. So we flash back to Mary and Supergirl and trying to find the cosmic Supergirl, right? And Mary's with all the animals. And I'm working on this cosplay of her. This classic version of her. Yo, Snow White, says Supergirl. Wanna ask your animal friends if they've seen someone wearing this symbol, pointing to the S, right? And Mary's like, I'm not exactly sure how to do that. And then Supergirl's like, well, okay, maybe an earthquake. So Mary flies up. Now what? No kidding. What's causing everything to shake? Forces of nature, says Lilith. And the unnatural coming into opposition with one another. It's happening right now. And so there's our cosmic earth angel. And so, no, I did not take Wolfie and Kevin with me this time. I have some stuff to do here on my own, because I told you guys before how like I left Winnipeg to Toronto under a lot of duress, a lot of like pain, trauma. I basically was just trying to lose myself in the big city, right? So a lot of this trip coming back on my own is about just like Supergirl, reconnecting with myself, and also like with friends who perhaps maybe I was resenting when really they just wanted to love me. So a few of my besties I'm actually seeing this weekend. We're gonna have some like reconnection. So are you reading your current series too, Kara? Oh, you know what? I'm going to a comic book store here in Winnipeg, a few comic book stores, to pick up some current stuff for Christmas to read you guys. So I haven't read anything recent lately, but thank you, Dave, for that reminder too. Charming Xmas issue this week. Oh, I will pick that up, and we can do a special Christmas read with Kara. How does that sound? Last year I did a Christmas read as Batgirl, and I did Oh Harley Night. So Batgirl and Harley Quinn teamed up to find out who was stealing Christmas presents, and then it ended up being Harley. Oh, it was funny. Batman versus Deadpool. I could see that being funny too, Zora. So there's some. I love the lighter reads. I also love balancing it with a bit more of like, this one's a heavier read, I'll say. It's there's a lot embedded in it, and I resonate with this one a lot, which is why this is like the first read that I'm doing here. It's a testament to reconnecting with all the different aspects of yourself, even the ones that you don't feel worthy of, or you're still growing or changing into being, right? So enjoy the process too, right? Okay, so the cosmic Supergirl that she's been searching for is now flying ahead, right? My God, you've no idea how long I've been looking for you. And instead, cosmic Supergirl starts to attack Linda Danvers with her laser eyes. Dark Rider, I've got the comic adaptation of Superman 3. Cool. Can I see it one time? We should do, any of you guys who have comic books in the next few weeks and stuff, if you want to do some like cross shares of your comic books and my comic books, like if you have a continuation of certain ones, I would love to have you on the show. And we could do like a co-read maybe too. Be fun, right? If one of you wants to do Batman and I can do Batgirl or something like that. So table reading. Also, I know Green Lantern, we're going to be doing something really special on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Okay, whoosh, down. What the hell? What just? And Mary says, oh dear, she's not herself. There's something wrong with her. She seems a little angry. Remember, Lilith has potentially corrupted her, right? Because she's kept her in this like weird fiery cage for a while. So you'll see she uses Bizarro as a way to turn Supergirl against Supergirl. Demons making you fight against yourself, right? Remember, only you can fuck with you, right? So just be aware when we're our own worst enemy. Oh, I'm on Instagram, Dark Rider. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, the only thing I post on Insta are stories and usually replays of this, but I'm Sugar Rachel. So like a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, but sugar, like rogue. Southern hospitality, sugar. So Sugar Rachel, all one word, one R. Okay. I can see it all around her. Stay here while I... And then Buzz yells at Mary, stay here. Look, kiddo, this is her bloody quest. Where do you get off telling her what to do? And Mary's like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean, I was just... No, he's right. So she pushes Mary out of the way and she says, you stay put. Let me handle this. And Mary's like, but no buts. Supergirl, it's me, Linda. Whatever they've done to you, we can... And so it's Supergirl versus Supergirl, right? So she's not even listening. She's like, I'm just going to punch you in the face, because her perspective has been skewed, you'll see. Because in that cage, you have Bizarro fighting the Earth Angel. So the Earth Angel thinks that she's fighting Bizarro, but really she's fighting her alternate self. That's it, child. Keep at her. Don't give her a moment's respite. Only in the heat of battle will the true chaotic abilities that cling to the human manifest. And only the blackened holiness of the Earth Angel in combination with her previous host can unleash the reaction that I seek. And then Mab, they have the fake... So this part of the comic book always confused me, because I'm like, where did this come from? Look, and she speaks, speak softly, Molly. And she's like a fairy princess, almost fairy queen. Speak softly, Molly. Mab? So I guess Twilight's real name is Molly. Mab, Fae Queen, what are you doing here? Helping one who, like me, is indebted to the demon mother. Come with me. Where? To your sister, so you can free her yourself. Oh, so you can free her, and you can then also free yourself from this servitude. So remember, the evil demon mother, she not only has Cosmic Earth Angel Supergirl trapped or in prison, she also has Twilight, aka Molly's sister, or rather her reincarnated form, in prison. So Mab, the Fae Queen, has come to Twilight and basically said, like, okay, demon mother's busy fighting, doing crazy stuff with Supergirl and Bizarro. Come with me. Let's go get your sister free while she's distracted. To your sister, so that you can free her and yourself from this servitude. And perhaps find a shred of happiness in the bargain. That's very sweet. Well, remember, she prayed, right? She's like, I need someone to help. And then Bizarro's fighting her. Keep upon her, my child. Don't let up. My will is yours now, and yours is hers. The battle at last is truly joined. Is this gratitude? Wait, so, he's right. Wait, is this the gratitude? So, like, I'm sorry, this how to read these panels. I'm like, do I go this way, that way? So we're gonna go down first, and then to the bigger panel. Is this gratitude? I ask you, all the way we've come, and look at the reception she's giving you. Wasn't worth the hassle if you ask me. And Supergirl, who's like come all this way to the Amazon rainforest to retrieve her cosmic angel self, is like, what the heck? What is this? Why are you fighting me? He's right. You have no idea what I have gone through in order to find you. You think you're so much holier than me. You had everything going for you. Everything. Tall, gorgeous, all the powers. And I've been limping along, trying to live up to your freaking legacy. And now I'm what? I'm not good enough or something? So I wonder how, like, I would love to know, like, that story of when the initial Earth Angel Supergirl, like, fused with Linda Danvers, like, what that kind of looked like. Oh, look. And then up there, like, Mary's pointing and yelling, saying, Linda, Linda, there's something's happening around you. Some sort of fold in the reality. Quiet, I'm busy, yells Supergirl. Why? And then Mary's like, she'll listen to you. Talk to her. And Buzz is like, why? She's doing great from where I sit. And Mary's like, okay, fine. I'm just going to do this myself. Fine. I'm just going to do it. So as she flies up, she gets hit in the face by that Hell Lord guy that Twilight was talking to. So, all right, fine. You'll just nothing, sweetheart. Vulnerable or no, Shazam whelp or no, a hellspawn blade will still put paid to you, especially when it's wielded by the Black Death. And so he stabs her with like a hell blade, because remember, she's magical, right? Mary Marvel has the powers of the rock. If you guys have seen the movie, right, the Rock of Eternity, Shazam, she has all the same powers as Captain Marvel, right? Billy Batson's version. So he uses like a hell blade. He stabs her with it, and she is like shocked at this and falls to the ground, whilst Supergirl is still fighting Supergirl. What part of quiet I'm busy was unclear. For once and for all, shut up. And then the cosmic Supergirl has been possessed, right? She's clearly not herself, says, she was shut up once and for all. And there's Linda's like, what are you talking about? And so she finally notices that Mary Marvel is down. Oh God, says Buzz as she lays before him. Remember she was saying there was a fold in reality? That fold in reality was that demon guy coming through. He just appeared out of nowhere and he killed her. There was nothing I could do. There was happy? Are you happy? He looks up to Supergirl and starts yelling at her. She was annoying, yeah, and she was perky and the lot, but I never wanted her dead, says Buzz. But you did. You don't give a toss about her. She was so busy worrying about you. No, and then Supergirl comes down to see Mary. It's not my fault. I didn't. You did. Shut up. You were jealous of her because she was better than... Shut up, says Supergirl. So she's being pushed to this point, right? Also, bear in mind, the jealousy and all that is also something further exasperated by the chaos stream and the evil demon mother. So all of those like feelings of resentment, those lower vibration things, they're like accented by the chaos stream and all the evil that's around, right? Shut up. And then finally, there's this big whoosh, and then Lilith's like, yes, perfect. Continued next issue, and I don't have this next issue. So that's where we're going to end this read for tonight. I'm going to try to find the following one to this. This is 73. I have, let's see here. See, these are the earlier issues. This is 61, right? Doesn't it look kind of like alien-ish? This one is, 72? Yeah, this one comes right before it. This one is the one in between this issue and the one when they're fighting Quetzalcoatl. But I will source the conclusion to this. I don't think, what do you guys think? Do you think Mary Marvel is really, really dead? Or do you think there's some hope there, some resurrection or some magic? I think there is a way around it because there's always redemption with this. We're dealing with very cosmic forces, and just this idea of like different aspects of ourselves, right? And integrating some of the parts that maybe we don't like so much. And thank you for sending me a picture, Dark Rider. Hopefully we can feature it. Yeah. Crayon Killer, thank you for that. So it's a little cold where I am right now. I'm in a new spot. I'm hopefully going to be able to set this up as more of like a studio. I was going to have heels and all the whole lot and a few bunch of other things, but more of that will come up. So stay tuned for all that. Tomorrow, I was gonna say Mary Marvel is showing up. Mary Marvel will make an appearance in the new year. I have a cosplay of that, plus this version of Supergirl, right? But that's next year, 2026. This week, tomorrow, I'm planning on going live as Jean Grey. We're gonna talk about the concept of gifted kids, and any of you guys who are gifted, who are still gifted, and just our definitions of what it means to be gifted versus, you know, learning differently, right? And how we kind of do that. Power. I have to still get my Power Ranger. I love the Yellow Ranger, and I've been seeing a lot of beautiful Pink Ranger ones. So me and my bestie were Pink and Yellow Rangers when we were growing up. So maybe we can put something together really quick. To be continued though, you guys. I will find that issue. So this week I am in Winnipeg, so I'm going to be visiting some comic book stores here in my hometown, and hopefully they may have some missing issues, right? And then next week, of course, is Christmas, so I have some very special Christmas comic book reads planned, so stay tuned for that. So you guys, I will catch all of you guys tomorrow. I've got Jean Grey tomorrow and Green Lantern Jessica Cruz on Thursday. And then we got Superhero School on Wednesday because we're going to do a quick little workout together as Supergirl, so stay tuned. Yeah, hopefully a gym stream soon. Tomorrow I'm going to actually get a new membership. Well, not a membership. I'm getting a week trial membership at my university here, where I used to work out here when I was a member of the dance team. We got a free membership. And also my dad was a prof at the university, so I didn't have to pay for parking. My dad's retired now, so he's like, well, you have to go after 4:30. And but I got a free trial pass, so maybe they'll let me do some content in there because I'm like alumni, and I can be like, I'll feature it, because working out, having a vessel, right? This idea of being worthy of holding certain energy signatures, right? I think it's all about us also, like what she was saying, Linda Danvers, when she was wearing her like fire wings and holding that energy that hurt, right? I've also read you guys a comic book where Constantine steals Billy Batson's voice so he can become Captain Marvel. Like, so he's like, Constantine becomes Shazam, and it's so fun. It hurts him. It's almost like draining all the life from him, right? And Constantine's like, why does this hurt so much to hold this power? And Billy's like, it's because you're an old man. That power is not meant for that. Like, so it's all about knowing your personal DNA codes, your own personal avatar is here to hold very specific energies that are for you to discover. And if it was so easy to figure out, it wouldn't be interesting. So even if it's challenging, you guys, I welcome you guys to enjoy whatever part of the journey you're on, right? Because, you know, once you get to that end point and it's over, then it's over, right? And then you just have the memory. So make the memories good ones, right? Death, thank you for that. And we have completed the first stage of the fan club quest. Yay! Thanks, guys. I can't. I'm freezing right now. It's so cold down here in this basement. But I have like, look at my little stuff. I'll show you guys later. So tomorrow we'll probably do the live from my bedroom. A little bit more warm there, or maybe in front of the fireplace, because this studio, I need to have a heater in here if I'm going to be doing this. Okay, my friends, so much love to you guys, and remember, it takes true courage for you to be exactly you in this cosmic game of life. So be sure to play as exactly you, because the universe is counting on you. But no worries, I got your back. Nothing like Supergirl support, right? Sweet dreams, guys. Till next time.